Hi, Glenn Hausman here for No Vacancy News, brought to you by SkyTouch, the industry's leading PMS. I'm with Mr. Tarun Patel, a former chairman of AAHOA, but more importantly, someone who's very active these days in the hospitality industry with AQQIRE. Tarun, really curious to know, in 2019, what do you think are the best opportunities for hoteliers out there?
So if you look at the latest economic reports, the lodging reports, they're forecasting continued growth in ADR and RevPAR. That's great. We've been in.
Well, that's whatever, table stakes these days, right?
No, but it's been a record long expansion period, right? Which something you're waiting for that other shoe to drop, and it's not happening. 10 years at this point. It's unbelievable. So I think from that perspective, the operating side is great. I think for investors, you might see some more opportunities now. The bid and the ask price might come closer. Rising interest costs have caused cap rates to go up a little bit. There might be some more opportunities there from an investment perspective. We're seeing that now. And that's great because the transactions are happening, but they're happening for the people that have low cost of capital.
Right.
Abnormally low cost of capital, big REITs or what have you. But now you'll get the mid-tier players, people like me that are, our cost of capital is low, to actually be able to go and make a deal make sense because cap rates are a bit rising, get a good deal.
We're at the time of the cycle where a lot of outside money seems to be flooding into the hospitality industry because it's been so profitable for so long. People want to get their share. Exactly. Does that change the dynamic of how you operate your hospitality businesses?
It does, because now you're competing against capital that isn't seasoned, doesn't understand the long-term ramifications of some of their investment decisions.
So they could overbid on a property without realizing it.
Oh, without a doubt, that's what we're getting. So that's why the bid and ask is so off, because a seller wants something, and they're going to get what they're asking for, rather than going through a normal process where you're negotiating, saying, hey, this doesn't make sense, these numbers don't make sense from a perspective, at least coming to a reasonable way in.
What does that do then for you? Do you have to sit on the sidelines? Do you have to push how much up you're going to pay, or what?
No, we wait. So I was taught a long time ago, you make your money in any investment on the way in. How you buy. If you buy right, then everything else will take care of itself. And the biggest mistakes I've seen is when people just overpay for things. But that's all relative, because the economics have changed now in the sense that some of these markets just continue to grow, like the Bay Area and San Francisco continue to grow. Los Angeles, all these other markets that are really having a lot of demand generation happening, you're just still going to see continued numbers there.
So then you have to rejigger the way that you think of things, because the cycle has been going on for so long, because it seems to be so deep, because there seems to be a societal shift to traveling a lot more than ever before.
Right, no, absolutely. And it's a little bit now, as a seasoned investor, you're using your old gut feel thing again, right? Rather than looking at just metrics and numbers. I'm going back to my father's way of doing things, which was, hey, you don't have to do a study, you don't have to do anything. It just feels right. And it's weird, right? You have to kind of sell that prospect of, the numbers are okay, but I have a good feeling about this. Right. Maybe it's the right investment, or maybe we should just wait and we'll find something that we can.
I got to tell you, that's one of the things that we don't think about enough is the gut, right? Yeah. Because you have all of this experience, and it synthesizes itself in an instantaneous fashion with what we call that gut feeling.
No, absolutely. And so we've, at least my generation has grown up just being analytic all the way. And I'm going through a situation where we're dealing with folks that it's all about the spreadsheets, all about the numbers, and there isn't the other story, the color behind it. And I'm fortunate. I have a hybrid upbringing. My father taught me our business, but I also did a more formal way of doing it as well. So I kind of combine this together to say, hey, there's a gut feel, this makes sense, the numbers might not completely pencil out, but I look around, I touch the ground, I kind of look around and smell the air. Yep, I like it, I want to be here. Great.
Well, I like it, and I'm glad to have you here today, Tarun. So for Tarun Patel of AQQIRE and myself, Glenn Hausman, thanks for watching No Vacancy News, brought to you by SkyTouch.